to Simpit. I'm your host, Shaun Cole. Welcome to today's edition of the Pit Stop, where you, the pit crew, you are the real star of today's show. I'm sitting here like, I don't know where to look. I've changed my thing. I've got YouTube monitoring here. I've got Twitch monitoring here. Discord monitoring here. I've got Restream there because it's easier to read. And then I'm like watching this video and I'm like, oh wait, if I want to know my timing, it's actually on OBS over there. Wow, a lot going on here just to produce a simple news show. How you all doing? Happy Monday to everybody out there. I hope you all had a good weekend. I had a crazy busy weekend. I felt like I was racing nonstop, just nonstop racing. Steven Dager, you got a story? You're gonna have to send me the link. Anyway, yeah, a lot's been going on, a lot that I'm working on behind the scenes. We've got a lot of racing going on. We got the Simpit Endurance team in action. So much happening. Yeah, I feel like it's ground control here, Tom. I really do. Like, I've got 2 keyboards, 2 stream decks, 2 mice. Right here in view, I have 5 monitors and a 6th one over there. I'm looking at 2 different streams, 4 different chats, and my OBS. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's a miracle it all works, and in true Shaun Cole fashion, I have overcomplicated something that could be oh so simple. But that's the way it goes sometimes. All right, so before I bring down the thumbnail, and look at that thumbnail. Woo! Look at that beautiful car. Look at that beautiful first place. We're going to talk about that later in the show for sure. Before I get to it, I've been talking about the eSport scene that's going on. And again, I'm not going to go into great detail. I'm not going to go into one of my rants. At this point, it's just, wow, there is so much going on in the world of pro race drivers. And the thing that I'm finding really fascinating about it is how many of the guys are actually now running in like 2, 3, 4 different series, which makes it a little more confusing and a little less authentic to me in some ways, because it's as though you have football players playing against basketball players, in hockey. And it just, so it's like, it's not really holding that form. And I'm not trying to knock it again. It's the greatest marketing opportunity sim racing's ever seen. Just get ready, though. I've been preparing you. I did not see the Trans Am series in particular. I didn't watch any of it over the weekend. I had way too much going on in my world. Sim Contender, the only rant I would have today is a tried and true rant, which is why Windows can't remember cameras, microphones, and all those things, even though you plug them all in the same way every day. Why OBS can't remember those same things. Why every day I have to come in and spend an hour just making sure that all the lights go on the way they're supposed to go on. That's my only rant of the day. That one's kind of boring. But anyway, getting back to the eSport thing, I really am to the point now. Like, our audience for this show is typically, somewhere from 80 to 160 watching live, depending if you add up multiple channels and once we get going and certain days. The viewership over, like, between Monday and Wednesday's pit stop, let's say it'll be, let's just say 1,200 circulation. But about 10% of the audience is here live, which means any of the things that we talk about on the eSport series, I trust that you guys are already either fans of and watching or not. Marco, 15 minutes ago in the middle of the panic, it was a little different type of a rant. Now I'm just kind of like, hey, it's all working. It's good. 80 to 160 years old. I'm forecasting my lifespan, Tom Jones. So I am going to blow through most of the eSports series stuff. We'd be here for 2 hours. It's making it difficult to bring you the true news because the websites are so diluted with eSport things. my sound should not be cutting out on YouTube. If my sound is cutting off on YouTube, then my little mini not so bad rant is going to turn into a completely blown head gasket push-up influenza, I almost said. Ferrucci's. I saw something, I don't think I have it in today's news. I saw something about Ferrucci not making a better name for himself. My all-time, not all-time, my current driver that I hate the most is Ferrucci, though. That's a no-brainer for me. And I don't even mind saying it publicly. Anybody who's a fan of him, that's fine. I'm not going to get in an argument with you. I'm not going to come to fisticuffs over a fanship of a driver. But yeah, Ferrucci. F that Ferrucci guy. Very talented racer, by the way. This is not a critique of his driving ability. All right, so again, I've warned you. Buckle up. Get ready as we start the Pitstop eSport show, everybody. Here we go. I have links to everything that I'm going to blow through down below. And if you want to get more detail on these stories, you just scroll on down and find the link there. They're all there for you. As we start the Simpit eSport show. Da-da-da! Thumbnail down. Here we go. Iracing. Posted on May 2nd. That would have been Saturday. Job. Red Bull Racing eSport. Take Porsche tag. Hoyer eSport Super Cup opener. Da-da-da. We talked about that coming up. Remember? Yep. Unsubbed Joa. The Ferrucci fisticuffs should be a hashtag. Hashtag Ferrucci fisticuffs. Gruntle, what'd I miss? C word for... Alright, what else? iRacing this is good news for you guys. iRacing adds multiple servers around the world to accommodate rapidly growing user base. Well, what are they going to do when this all goes back to normal and they lose half of that new they'll still, my prediction is, of the gains they're getting, they'll keep half of them. But that is good news. iRacing E and W, I've seen those. Have you guys seen the E and W? I didn't know what those were. But if it's an American flag, it's showing whether it's an East Coast or a West Coast server. So things are getting even more regional. Thank you, Stephen Dager. Of course, yes, please remember to like this video. Well, if you like it. If you don't like it, you can thumbs down. If you don't like it, you can thumbs down and then put a comment telling me why, or send me an email telling me why. Scott McLaughlin wins IndyCar iRacing Challenge finale at Indianapolis. Pole sitter Scott McLaughlin, so from pole to checkered flag. There you go. Will Power led some laps. Sage Karam, Graham Carroll, Simon Pagino, some other names in it. Moving right along. Trojan snaps De Jong's win streak in American Red Cross IRX of Indianapolis. Now, I did not watch this. You guys tell me if the rumor mill is true. I heard from a reliable source that the reason Mitchell De Jong did not win this race is because, I believe, Scott Speed, this could be wrong, you guys tell me if I'm wrong, Scott Speed took him out. Scott Speed has been once again indefinitely banned from iRacing. Is that true, or is somebody playing a joke on me on that? That's what I had heard. I had heard this. Is that true? I don't know. It didn't say it in this. iRacing doesn't like to go very public with that kind of information, but that is what I heard. I could be wrong. Who knows? Maybe I'll go to jail for such a statement. When I talk about blowing through and how hard it is to find the news, just stay with me here. Going back to May 1st was the last of our shows. Friday was the last cover of Wreckfest 2. Tom Jones. Yeah, that's great. Anyway, here they are going on about the Porsche, right? Graham Carroll, there he is. He was in it as well. Rogers versus Job. We know Job won, passed for the lead. Zandvoort goes to Sebi. Red Bull talking about it. Then we move into their IndyCar coverage. Or no, that's still... Here we go. IndyCar, NTT. And we're green. Then we another look at the last half lap. Oh, watch the last half lap on board with Connor Daly. I'm not hearing that. Are you? I'm not hearing any audio. Well, that's probably just as well. Oh, there we go. Okay. Anyway, and Scott McLaughlin won, remember? We talked about that. Then we've got NASCAR. This one belongs to Josh Berry, JR Motorsports. Wins Heat 1 at Monster Mile. Advances. Hold on. Fox going on about who's your pick to win the virtual Dover. Monster Mile, Monster Mile, Monster Mile, Monster Mile. William Byron wins the race. No. Yeah, and then Christian Bell, Christopher Bell. Good day.
I feel like I've had a monkey on my back, and maybe it's off now. So it felt nice to run second in the Rheem Camry. It's been a long time coming. I feel like I've had pretty good speed at times in the iRacing series. It just hasn't worked out between getting caught up in crashes and bad pit strategy calls and stuff like that. So running second at Dover was really fun. Hopefully we can keep the momentum rolling.
There you go. William Byron talking about winning it. And, bringing back Wilkesboro. This was some of the news. And this is what I was talking about. Sometimes it's like hard for me to find the news because amongst the 100 stories we just scrolled through, all of a sudden you find this retweet from Dale Jr. How he came together and cleaned up North Wilkesboro to bring it back to life on iRacing. Watch it with me Thursday at 9 p.m. So if you go to the Dale Jr. Twitch feed, and I love something else that I saw here. Talks about his rig, but most importantly here, this is Dale Jr.'s Twitch. 100% of any revenue from this channel will support charitable organizations like Nationwide Children's Hospital, etc. Anyway, what we have going on, though, is Thursday at 9 o'clock, watching the premiere exclusive of Bringing Back Wilkesboro, and you can watch it with Dale Earnhardt Jr. I thought that was pretty cool. North Wilkesboro Speedway to be featured in NASCAR iRacing Series. So this one's going to get expedited. Final race of the simulated series on May 9th. For the Pro Invitational. So they're wrapping up the Pro Invitational by finishing it at North Wilkesboro on the 9th, which is Saturday. Yeah, wow. Anyway, put that one in your calendar. That's cool. Excuse me. It's in the north, Sim Contender. I'm sorry. No, I don't know why I thought that was so funny. Oh, Joa. See, okay, so Joa, I'm so glad I wish you had hit that with some exclamation marks. So when I was thinking about blowing through all the eSport news, I was thinking about last Friday we had that derail moment on a topic that I actually would have rather gone down that topic than talked about eSport, to be honest with you. And that topic that you just mentioned, or that comment, I'm sorry, but this is from Joa. I'm sorry, but I don't understand bringing back old tracks. There are current tracks that should be in iRacing instead, in his opinion. And I don't think you necessarily mean ovals. That would be the difference in the argument. But see, that's a great conversation piece. And I'm sure you're not trying to bring fisticuffs to the show. We all deserve our own opinions on things. But I mean, I think for a lot of people, this is really cool. For a lot of real hardcore NASCAR fans, perhaps. Oh, we lost our iRacing page. What happened? There we go. But you know, is that, you know, looking at iRacing, when you look at something like Long Beach, you looking at how many road courses, if you're just trying to include IndyCar alone, for example, or road courses worldwide for the most part. Thank you, Stan. Thank you very much. Yeah, Bucho, exactly. How about finish Long Beach? Is that not a higher priority than bringing back, and you could also then say or argue with and geez, does it look like that? The iRacing version with like broken windows, and I know they cleaned up the weeds. Did they rebuild the stands? I don't know. We'll find out Thursday at 9. And that's Eastern. But yeah, I think that's a really interesting argument. Would you rather have seen Long Beach fixed? Would you rather? Now all of a sudden I'm having a blank on tracks that are missing. I know in the case of IndyCar, a lot of the tracks that are missing are actually like kind of fall into the Long Beach category. They're like temporary circuits. But so what I was also getting back to is, well, I mean, historic, whether it was scanned recently or not, isn't actually normally iRacing's thing. I mean, well, then again, how many tracks have changed since they did the tracks and they didn't update those? How about updates to tracks that are missing a priority over bringing back Wilkesboro? I'm not, you know, I actually think it's kind of cool. Why? Because I'm a huge Earnhardt fan. Earnhardt is essential to NASCAR. So what he does to bring attention to NASCAR, sim racing, petrol racing in general. I mean, here's the other thing you guys got to really understand. Right now, isn't motor racing burning fuel on a teeter-totter of existence at this point in time? Isn't that a fair assessment? I'm not saying tomorrow. I'm not saying next year. But isn't gas-burning motorsport on a lifeline for existence in the modern society? Try that on for size, people. So anything that's going to bring attention, we have to partially root for, I do believe. iRacing needs Monaco. Thank you, O-Strike. Absolutely. There's one. There's one for sure. So, okay, Viral. Thank you. Viral says he'd prefer more older tracks, just not happening with laser scanning tracks that are out of commission. So if you're going to break form, wouldn't you be better off going away from laser scanning, being content with GPS or memory or video conversion to create tracks of yesteryear versus that concept as well? I'm with you. I'm with you there. I feel that, Viral. Monaco would be absolutely awesome. If they bring back dead tracks, they should be half priced. RIP tracks, 50% off. Monaco's releasing with rain. Is that right? I have not heard that, Iso Kuda. But we will keep that in the rumor mill for sure. I agree, Joa, and I think that's a very relevant thing. Maybe some updates are as important as other things. Brad Morrison, I like driving Monaco. I can't stand racing Monaco. Racing needs Mugello. I agree. Yeah, all of the modern F1 tracks are missing. All of them, Raul. I mean, outside of, like, Coda, is there another, like, what's his name? Turley? Who does the red, white, and blue tracks? Every corner is painted red, white, and blue. Aren't, like, pretty much all of those tracks non-existent? Devin, you hear Long Beach? More rumor mill? More rumor mill? Well, I don't think so. So this image, I think, is before they got started. I think when we watch Thursday at 9, that we're gonna find out that because I did follow the story. A lot of work was done to this track to bring it back to life for the purposes of it being scanned to be remembered in its best form via iRacing. That was and I think does Dale even I think he might even own the track. But this was a restoration to make sure that certain things are preserved in a certain way. It's a little bit of a testament and faith in iRacing, I think, as well, don't you think? Tilkey, thank you, Brad. Amir, Amir says all those tracks are suck anyway. You said it. You could make changes. So backtrack. We could argue Long Beach. They could cut away all that interior and put in a completely artificial one, and then just recreate a couple of the iconic pieces that need to be there, like the fountain or certain stores that are known because of the ones shown in camera angles of Long Beach. I believe they could do it if they wanted to. Where there's a will, there's a way. I mean, they've been able to do other tracks that have lots of stuff going on. It's just, I believe that one of the problems was that Long Beach was scanned early in their phases. It came out gibberishy. It made it difficult for them to do in their current thing, and that they now do things a different way, but it doesn't necessarily make financial sense to go back to Long Beach for them. Macau, wouldn't that be great? Macau. I would love to see Long Beach finished. Obviously, it's one of my home tracks, you know? Okay, alright, now we will move on. But my point on the blowing through eSport, the disruption of eSport right now, is that I would rather have these detours on this show. I would rather have these conversations about what tracks are important to us. If the news isn't a new track coming out for us, then our conversation about what track we'd like to see, to me, is better conversation than the outrageous amount of eSport coverage. It's not just that the eSport's going on, it's kind of the coverage as well, because it's the way they're putting the news out. John, that's a valid point. And even if you're talking series by series or region by region, I think that would be really, really helpful to, you know, especially right now. Think about this too, John. Right now, iRacing isn't just having an explosion of people, but a good percentage of those people aren't just the eSports stars that you know, because they're certainly pushing the big names, the IndyCar, the NASCAR, the Formula One drivers, the rally drivers, etc. But what has also come up into the crops are the next lower rank, the IMSA drivers. And maybe you guys know a name, you know, depending on your fanship, but IMSA drivers aren't known like household names at the same degree of a NASCAR driver. But these are true life pros. They are the new guys coming in. It's not just them, though. Think about it. Everybody runs local amateur racing. I am not racing right now. My Lemons team is completely on hold right now. All of that racing has been shut down. I know that both Lemons, Lucky Dog, both have their own series on iRacing, giving their drivers a place to still compete with each other when they can't have it for themselves in the real life world. Look at SSCA. Look at NASA here in America. Look at all the lower ranked racing throughout the world. When you take a step down from F3, like, you know, in international, from F3 below, most of those people, or at least half of that field, are guys who just do it like you and I. Like, they just love racing, so they take their salary, their hard-earned money, robbing their children of food, robbing themselves of retirement in the name of buying a truck, a car, and competing in Formula V or a Radical or in Porsche club racing. All of these people are sidelined looking for place. So right now, iRacing's new face, their new clientele in this growth, a good percentage of them are those people. And those people want things like regional tracks. They want things that allow them to race kind of where they do, the way they do as an amateur racing person. And it doesn't always mean having the latest Tilke track, because let's face it, there's only 1 or 2 series on planet Earth that are going to drive half of those tracks. So, anyway, all right, on with the news. Assetto Corsa talking about 50 days until Assetto Corsa lands on the PS4 and the Xbox One. Pre-order now and receive the International GTC pack, including Suzuka event, for free. So, I don't know how many, most of you guys are PC guys. I own a PS4 and an Xbox One. I'm still trying to entice my brother into sim racing. If I do, it's going to happen through him being an Assetto Corsa maybe on his PS4 or his Xbox. Screw cancer. Let's race. I joined the league. You guys run on Tuesday, I think. Lucky Dog. I'm going to promote Lucky Dog Sim Racing. I love Lucky Dog, and I've been watching the posts as Kathy's like up at Willow Springs, not Buttonwood, and there's like a push to reopen racing right now. I'm watching what's going on with Lucky Dog, by the way, and my team has not even been working on our car, so we're still the month behind going into the season that we were as we missed races 1 or 2 on the West Coast. But I really want to join you guys. I almost need to take a break once from our Mustang League, because I did join Lucky Dog Sim Racing League on iRacing. Sim Racing Contender. I don't know if any evidence of that, but I think it's pretty safe to say that a certain percentage, the ratings that some of these pros are getting is huge. Way beyond the ratings that any sim racing event ever got. So we know that a lot of them are not sim racers. And then it's just how many are entertained by the concept of what we're doing. Yeah, I don't think Greg will ever do it either. Scuderia Bassani. I can't, it's so hard for me to go down that rabbit hole, because I don't want to be an elitist. I don't want to act like you need it. I agree. A DD wheel is like driving on a different planet. I agree with you. However, when you look at these eSport guys, they don't need this to win. They just need a G29. They just need a TX wheel. They just need a Club Sport or a CSL. In the hands of a real alien, they don't need the direct drive wheel. They're not... You know what? Here's the other thing. Let's face it. A lot of the aliens, I'm not going to say all, they're not even in it for the immersion like you and I are. They're not, most of the people who are playing at that level don't care about immersion. What they care about is results. That's it. Frame rate, simplicity, light force feedback, because why add more than you need? I truly believe that, yes, driving with a direct drive wheel in 2020 is a different world than driving with a non-direct drive wheel. But you don't have to have it. Exactly, Stan. They turn it almost off. Almost off. Alright, so 50 days till PS4 version of Assetto Corsa. GT World Challenge America is going on. SRO America is going on. GT Rivals... Amateur Series. You got the links. They're below. This is cool. RFactor 2, May 3rd, 2020. Welcome to the new Zandvoort. The weather along the Dutch coastline this weekend was rather typical for May. The sun and clouds both fight for attention, trying to make their presence felt to the people on the beaches below. All right, I could do that all day. But what could not continue in the real world most certainly can in the virtual world. We therefore decided to release on this day the brand new 2020 layout of Zandvoort for everybody to enjoy in RFactor 2 for free. Ta-da! Badass. How cool. Let's play the onboard. We don't have the onboard. We're not privy to that. I think I might have a link. Uh-oh. Let's refresh our page, see what happened here. We're having a little computer corona. Why is it not refreshing? I think we can use over here. Don't we have it over here too? So over here we have more. What's going on? Whoa. Jeez, this page is hosed. Alright, we're going to do that. Okay, we're going to try to find that video here from the Twitter page instead. The race, you know, you had the race going on, Formula E going on. Here's your grid for the race. Oh, man. There we go. Okay. Legends Trophy Race. This is the one that a lot of you guys think is one of the best out there, by the way, from what I've heard from people. The Legends on the race. BMW talking about it. Here's more on the Legends. Formula E. Formula E. Pro Cup version of the race. You got Pro Cup, Sim Masters, and Legends. I will applaud them on that format, by the way. I think that is pretty badass right there. Then we've got some of this. Anthony Davidson. Talking to somebody. We got Formula E selfies from guys in their rigs. Final lap. Esteban. I'm not sure his last name.
He now, ironically, is in the best place, surely. He's tucked underneath the rear wing. He looks to the outside. Can't get there.
Whoa,
goes back
Scorpion.
to the inside. Can he find the inside at the final corner? Gutierrez turns in. There's Buncombe trying to get the drive out and across the line, but it's not going to be enough. Esteban Gutierrez wins in the first race.
There you go. A little interview with him.
I mean, the whole race from the start, I had a
Cool. That was the final, and then we have their next race. Oh, this is the pros. This is the eSport pros. Our guys. This is our guys. Here's our grid. Oh, nope, that's our final resorts. Simonek winning over Hui, over Mrochek. I don't know Dawid Mrochek's name. Where's he from? Awesome. That's our Legends. 4-time world champ Sebastian Vettel to make his sim racing debut in the Legends Trophy. That's kind of cool.
Where he would have taught them the ropes. And something else that's very cool is that we have one of the most legendary drivers of all time joining us this week. Sebastian Vettel is...
Oh, I'm sorry, Vettel. I've said Vettel all my life. That doesn't make it right, by the way. That does not make it right, just because that's how I've said it all my life, by the way. Anyway, okay, so yeah, more. There's Solberg talking about it. We get it. Yes, there's a lot of this racing. Adrian Fernandez, there's... Yeah. There you go. Okay. I said it right, Stwade? Thank you. Yes, Flight, I agree. It is nice having the pros commentate. I want to see some driver eye views from today's World Rallycross eSport. We moved on to Dirt Rally, by the way. Here's the view of Felix da Costa that we can watch. That's how I feel, Darius. If you have a working browser, you could have followed that link. Down below, I have the links to all of this stuff. Oh, it might have opened it somewhere else and I missed it. Anyway, there you go. You got some pros there. We're at the Dirt Rally Twitter. And yeah, the link is down below. Thank you, Sim Contender. Look at all these streams, by the way. Timmy Hansen, Mika Salo, Nikki I Hate iRacing Theme, John Armstrong, Fail Race. But this was kind of what I was getting to. A lot of these names are starting to become the names that we see in multiple series. And it's like, ugh. It's so diluted right now. And then the clips. Here's the first points for Delamo. And it's like they got the whole event broken down in all these mini clips. Whoops. Come on, browser. Cooperate. And yes, that was all for the Rallycross event that went on over the weekend. So much that it's crashed my browser. Look at, we're still scrolling by this. Scrolling. There you go. Finally. All right, Dirt Rally, go check it out. What the F? Is it just because I did it so long and all the pages have updated since I did this? I mean, this is a brand new browser that we custom built for this. And it is just completely horrifically failing my idea and project. ESport, it's ruining my browser. It's not a refresh because I can hit refresh right here. It's failing to reload. I don't know what the what if I start, I don't know, I had all of this dialed in beautifully. Alright, well, Formula 1, the game. David, no, I refrained. Alright, NASCAR Heat, that's where we are now. So that last one, I don't know what was there. Pagano punted the Simpit browser. Look at that shit. I'm sick of it too. Alright, this technically isn't, whoa.
This weekend, alongside BWT Racing Point F1.
Oh, did I? Oh, I probably did. I'm in that kind of zone. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we're back. And look, our browser's not, though. All right, we're going to move that along before Shaun swears again. NASCAR Heat had something. Tight on the top on both platforms. Here's how the Xbox One and PS4 drivers' standings in their championships are. Brooks, Buttafuoco, Gravett on the Xbox One. PS4, Jobs, Castro, Braz. Gran Turismo, just playing some FI, some clips from the top 16 Superstar event that they did. What's this one?
Fantastic defensive driving, and he just holds on that position. So that was a very well-timed pit stop there. And he's going to lose out to Hizal, he's going to lose out to Itharsu Gasser, but he's going to draw alongside with Baptiste Beauvoir, very close indeed. Beauvoir's got the Beauvoir here, side by side they come.
So, Troy, the cords are quite safe. The plug, I put all that tape on it because I have a tendency to brush up on it when I'm walking by, and every time I did, that is the power plug for this machine. So, like, the worst thing in the world would be that I accidentally kicked that. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to tack those wires down. I'm going to tape them to the thing so that nothing can possibly move if I lightly brush it. I'm wearing pants because it was... I don't know why I'm wearing pants, actually. It's too hot for pants. I actually turned the air conditioning down to 73 in order to... not overheat in here, and since my brother's home, it wasn't a big deal. My brother's not home, so I was able to turn it way down. Anyway, Gran Turismo had some videos of some of that. Magic Mike, Mikhail Hazal, I believe that's
taking the spoils for Subaru in the top 16 Superstars race. It's Subaru and Hizal on top in the Manufacturers Series. Beauvoir comes home in second, and Scabidia, I think, is just going to hold on against Valerio Gallo to the line in third place. Brilliant racing there between those guys. But here through the final corner.
I don't know why I'm wearing... That reminds me, I forgot to pull together... I need to put myself a reminder somewhere. I forgot to pull together the lookalike contest. Dang it. I gotta pull that together for Wednesday's show. My pipe cleaner arms? Oh my god, Joe, I'm sorry. Do I have to swear more? I'm working on it. Oh, I'm crushed. Alright, moving right along. Rita on Saturday. Automobilista 2 version 8.7.1 is now available. Includes the historic Opala stock car season from 1986 and time trial mode, along with several other improvements. I thought we talked about it, but it was posted Saturday. Oh, it's Devon Pipe Cleaner Arms. Oh, I'm sorry. The Simpit Pipe Cleaner Arms Show. With no knowledge. Anyway, changelog of 0.1. Maybe we talked about it on Friday that it was coming, but on Saturday it came out. So there are all the updates to Automobilista 2. How many of you guys are playing? Who's playing Automobilista 2? And if you are, I would love to know what you think is the best car track combo in Automobilista 2. That would be my immediate question to you during this show. If you play Automobilista 2, I want to hear from you. And I want to know what's the best car and track. If you were to try to get me or someone else watching the show to give it a try, what do you think they should do first so that it really shows them that it's the sim for them? That's what I want to know. Hit me with some exclamation marks and type in your answer to that question, and we will tell people. Maybe we'll give it a try again on the show here and stream it and see maybe some people can join us doing it or something. I don't know. I'm open to any ideas like that, but I want to know what is the go-to. All right, Raceroom. George Ortner posting on Raceroom. Let's have a look. This is on yesterday, Sunday. The new Porsche RSR in Raceroom. Might also give a preview of Daytona and finish off with some ranked multiplayer racing live now. So if we go to the YouTube page for them, it will be crashed. I hear you, Viral. I hear you. For a lot of people, I think. We don't get to see the video. Here, let's try this a different way then. We'll close that. And we'll try this way. or we will give our money to Google.
California homeowners, if you have a power meter like this on the side of your house, you can qualify to erase your...
And a show livery. Maybe if Porsche adds some more new liveries on the car.
Definitely sounds like a Porsche.
Alright, that was good.
It's been for Rseat.
You're talking about
This is
this car
Raceroom,
in
guys.
particular or in general? I would say you're just probably overdriving the car. So
I just got
you need
really
to be
hungry.
a little bit slower in and faster out of the corner.
Okay, there you go. From Raceroom that. Oh, now we have the video. With an ad. It doesn't want to play. Really? Okay, anything else from them? Race day, 2 hours ago. I can't read this. Last race of the eSport FIA TCR at Slovakia Ring was extremely action-packed. And a video of that we probably can't play. I might have to come up with a new game plan. Alright, I got a question for you guys. Maybe one of you has an answer for me. Is there any way of having... never mind, I don't even know how to phrase the question. You know, what I'm looking at is I opened up my Firefox browser, which on this computer, it's not logged in. It's never seen another account because I'm trying to control the ads that it sees. And I have like 35 tabs opened up with all the stories, and I'm just going one by one. And you're seeing the problems that I'm having. Does anybody know of a website management program, tool, browser that would do that more effectively? I don't want to use Chrome. That's the one that I use for everything, so that means that I theoretically accidentally bring up sensitive information. Is it an ad blocker? Right now I'm not running ad blocker, but ad blocker wasn't helping all that much. Honestly, on the previous browser I was running ad blocker and you guys were still getting old lady bras. Heroes talking about F1. Sim racing becoming more and more scientific for Norris. So links down there if you want to read it. Lando Norris started working on his McLaren engineer for sim racing events as he becomes more and more scientific about it. Cool. Good for him. Entertaining himself during COVID. Hey, Mitchie. Oh, everyone. Let's all congratulate Mitchie Hoyer on graduating into the true pro ranks of the eSport world. Way to go, Mitchie. If you want to tell us all about it, please do. What's this one? What the F? I can't see this now. Alright, this is going to be FIA warning against turf wars once racing resumes. Strength of the field at the race. That was one of the eSports we just blew through. See, that's the problem, is that their coverage with so many events makes it really hard to find the events that we actually truly care about. So, yes. Alright, what else can we not see? Roadshow. Talking about looking at the best... Oh, you know, this is going to help us expedite today's show, I guess. Roadshow on YouTube. Links to everything I'm talking are below. So, forgive me. Actually, don't forgive me. Forgive Mozilla in this case, Firefox.
To the world of PC
oh, there we go. Roadshow. Let's look at the best PC racing rigs for every budget. Full reviews of each in 12 minutes.
And at $400 seems like reduces the accuracy is wider than that on the logic. The more advanced. That means
buyer's guide. There you go. Next, Driven, talking about how to become an online sim racing champion on a budget. How do you do it? How do you become a champion on a budget? Where do you start? 2 trains of thought here. Blah, blah. Going on to talk about Dirt Rally Project Cars for Xbox, PlayStation, Forza Horizon. Obviously not taking you all in the world where we'd even talk direct drive wheels if you're talking about being on a budget. Are you asking if I could be off the air in 30 minutes? Yes. Yes, that sounds awesome. Mitchie is going to stream the RFactor 2 GT Challenge live in 30 minutes. I will clear the way, Mitchie. No, that's about right. I should be off the air by then. Thawman, no, I have not thought about doing that. Do you think that would help on the browser thing? Everyone, congratulate Mr. Thawman. Bring you so many of the stories we talk about come from Mr. Thawman, the #1 reporter for the Simpit. Without him, this show wouldn't even be close. Not even close to what it is. But would that help? If that would help, I would double the memory tomorrow. Oh, no, I'll be done by then. I intended to be done by then, so. What else? This is interesting. So, many of you guys play Half-Life Alyx. Half-Life Alyx caused an explosion on Steam. But less than 2% of Steam users still use VR headsets. So, even with how successful that VR game has been, it still hasn't really changed things much. Less than 2% of Steam users even own VR headsets at this point. That's too bad. I'd like to see that number increase by a lot. There we go. Now this is interesting. This, Christian Horner opens up on his fears for the sport. If racing series do not exist for a year, then it disappears in its entirety. So this is one of the fears. I was talking about it from a completely different angle or perspective when I was talking about the teeter-totter of real-life motorsport and the possibility of it even existing in Tomorrowland. Anyway, there are concerns that just a full year off could kill it. So interesting. We'll have to see. It's very important that they get back to racing, I think, for the benefit of racing. Codemaster is gearing up to announce a different dirt racing game soon. So they've been doing Dirt franchise for 13 years now. Dirt Rally 2 is an excellent rally sim, but it seems the publisher is looking to change things up yet again for its next off-road racer. You know, to be honest with you, I wouldn't mind if they went back to like Dirt 2 mentality with the series, to be honest with you. I hope that's what they have in store. True, that would include how many people play iRacing via Steam, I think, though. Edwin Crazy now following on it doesn't show me where. Twitch. Thank you. Yeah, I agree, Joa. Rick Hyde, that's a valid. Anyone want to buy an Oculus Rift? I have an Oculus Rift I'm going to sell. Very light use, and it has that upgraded VR cover, and I have the original cushion, which only got used for like a day. Alright, what else? GT Sport Daily Races, Twins at Scuba, and Super Laguna. Keep you guys entertained over there. Da-da-da, here we go. PS5 video. Heart-stopping PlayStation 5 console is simply stunning. So there's a video by Sony. Alright, Thawman. I edit on this computer as well. And I really wanted to play this video. Darius. Yeah, anybody wants to buy it, contact me. I'm going to sell mine. It's in really good shape. It's been very well taken care of. The only problem I've had in VR is when I kicked something. I never slammed my controllers into the wall even. Here's a first look at this Xbox Series X. There's one approach to what the next gen are going to look like. And, oh, here we go. That's the new PS5. Man, I can't wait. What the F? So aggravating. I don't think I can get more RAM in before the show on Wednesday. It's a Rift. I got a Rift S that I'm going to stick with. I'm going to sell my Rift. Rift. I actually prefer the controllers on the Rift, I think. I don't know if I like the new controllers. And I don't like the tracking any better. I actually... I should probably sell the other one. No, I'm kidding. Review of a Logitech G29. Sure. Okay, race fan. There you go. There's a review of a G29 if you'd like to know more about that wheel. Opinion. Did Pagano go too far at Indy in Norris eSport Dash? I know somebody joked about our browser getting Paganoed. I don't sweat at all. I don't sim race much in my VR. I don't know if you can or can't, but I really like not having them on my rig, and I really like not having them plugged into my computer. Hey, is it going to play? Wow, the browser literally went back to the other page saying, okay, maybe we'll play it now. Forget it. Oh my god, nothing's working. Did Pagano go too far? I didn't watch, but Motorsport has an article about it. You can read all about it. Read all about it while you can. I get 5. Next one. This is cool. iTeacher, iRacing champ Alex Bergeron is helping real-life drivers adjust to sim racing. So getting tips from one of the best in the sport in order to make that transition easier for them. That was a cool article. Links down there if you want it. Daniel Ricciardo. Good old Daniel Ricciardo. He says, F you to virtual racing. Finds better way to stay sharp during isolation. And before you know, I'm missing training sessions racing these sims, and I feel that the training is more productive. Well, why don't you be more of a man about your calendar? How hard is that? Jeez. Boo-hoo, Ricardo. That's your reason? That's your reason. I have not done that, Joa. That might help. I usually like to keep them so that I can go back to them if we bring up the topic again. Where am I trying to get to? Oh. I'm done with you. All right, ditch the SimRig using my Subaru BRZ as a sim racing controller. So we would be able to maybe see this one. Or you could.
We need to get some heat into the tires on this outlet.
Oh, I got a delivery at the door. Yeah, check out this dude. Badass. Is it Drive Tribe if you want to check it out for yourself? He was in a Subaru BRZ. First question I have watching this. What's wrong with his BRZ that he could do this? Whoops. All right, we're going to close things. Chennai Sai Prithvi emerges undisputed champion of Indian Sim Racing Championship. So, talking about regional sim racing, just giving credit to groups we don't always talk about. Anyway, this guy is the dominant winner. I didn't like some of those ads that I just saw there. Ear stuff. Whoops. All right. This one we're not going to be able to talk about. Gabby Rodrigo, Nightmare something. This is the MotoGP eSport story. Dorna Sport to host first ever Red Bull Virtual Grand Prix of Spain. So, little promo video from them. Video unavailable. Go to Dorna Sport. By the way, this is the website. Operation Sport doesn't have permission to watch the video. You could go to Dorna Sport on YouTube to watch that. John, that could be. That would suck. Let's see. Burnout Paradise Remastered arrives on June 19th for the Nintendo Switch. There you go. Lionheart Racing Series is working with Asher Racing. Partnership with those two groups. Asher Racing is now working with Lionheart as a sponsor, probably taking over an event, putting up some prizes, whatnot. So that's what you're missing there. And, oh, look at the PVC rig. Is this the simulator? I always forget the name on this one. Simulator, I believe, was the design of the PVC rig. Jessica and I built one of those. This one posted by I-86 Hot Dogs. Clever name. With his Logitech wheel, car seat, and a nice looking unpainted PVC rig. Oh, look at that. That is like my rig. Oh, look at this nice cable management. I applaud you on that one right there. CBG Russ waited 4 weeks for the Rseat S1 to arrive and just finished setting everything up today. Totally worth the wait. Look at that beautiful rig. I love it. With his Fanatic setup. Looks like some Husingfeld pedals. And a very, very clean looking Rseat. I don't see a wire in place. That's awesome. Nice job by him. And then we have one more. This one, speaking of Asher wheel, this one posted by Detox GFX. His setup is finally complete with an Asher wheel. So it looks like a SimLabs rig. Not looks like. That's a SimLabs rig. Fanatic shifter. Simucube base. Asher wheel. 49-inch curved monitor. Art on the floor. I don't think we got a close-up of our other ones. There's a close-up of that Rseat. That's really clean. Nicely done. And then here's a close-up of our PVC rig. Robert, that's funny. Where's the PC? Could it be hiding behind the monitor? No, there's no shelf back there. Where's the computer? Great eye, Amir. All right, and that takes us to the guys. Man, that takes us to the guys. So the Simpit had 3 teams that entered the 6 hours of Spa on iRacing this weekend, Saturday. 3 different teams entered the race, and all 3 teams finished the race. One of the things I talk about in sim racing all the time is the importance of finishing what you start. Sure, sometimes that's not doable. Sometimes the damage is too severe. Sometimes the amount of time or laps down is just too much to overcome. But I always talk about finishing what you start. You get in a race and you're agreeing to get to that checkered flag by the best means possible. Now, sometimes if you're going to be in the way, you got to bow out. But I just want to applaud. First of all, I want to applaud Team 3 of James Dowling, Phil Scruton, and Nick Curry coming in at 31st. You know, it's never easy running in an endurance race and running in the bottom half of the grid. It's never easy. Just keep going even though you're not making progress. Coming in at 31st never feels good, but I got to tell you guys, you finished that race, and to me that makes you I'm as proud of you guys as I could be of anybody who wears the Simpit colors and races for us. Really good. Just staying with it, staying happy, staying proud is the word we're all going to use. Being proud and doing what you got to do. Great job by you guys. Team 2 of Devin Booth, Chris Phillips, and Ken Estep finishing in 23rd. Great run by them. And then, of course, I want to thank Team 1 who brought it home in first after a rough race as well. Stand on it, Moses Choi and Amir Assad, who just really 3 teams, 9 drivers representing the Simpit. And I want to applaud you guys again. I want to thank you for making us all look good with your class act out on track. I want to give a special thank you to Amir Assad. He's been taking over and just managing the Simpit Endurance team. He's been organizing everything, inspiring, motivating the guys, and look at the results. Thank you, Amir. I mean it so much from the bottom of my heart. It means a lot, and you guys made me, again, very, very proud. And then the last thing I'm going to finish with today before we get off the air, and you can come right back and watch Mitchie Hoyer, new eSport Pro, streaming today. But it's still being finished. I'm not done. But this weekend, this Saturday, we do have our official makeup race for the April Simpit Patron Group. That race is going to be Saturday at 10 a.m. for practice, 11 a.m. for the race or qualify. I will be calling the action, and the winner gets Simpit trophy. That is the trophy. This one is very unique. Try to make it a different trophy each time. But that is what's on the line for the guys this weekend, and another group I'm extremely grateful to, the Simpit Patron Group. So thank you guys for everything you've done for me and for the show. And this weekend we will honor you. We'll have our other patron race. The May race will be the final Saturday of the month. That's going to do it for this one. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being part of the pit crew, hanging out and being part of the pit stop with all of your great contributions to the show through your wonderful chat. Thumbs up if you like what we're doing. Thumbs down if you can't stand what we're doing, but put in some comments and tell us what we can do better. And beyond that, get out there and do some sim racing. This is the Simpit. I'm Shaun Cole, and I'll see you on the track.
Thank you.